So I want to talk about gratitude in trading. I want to talk about how your perception and your perspective changes everything. When was the last time you actually felt grateful for all the things you have in your life? The irony is, in trading, people and in business in general, I see all these people talking about try to go to a nice restaurant, try to like fly business class, all of that stuff in order to feel wealth. And there's nothing wrong with that, and you should do that stuff as well. But I also want to highlight the power of doing the opposite, of actually going to a place where you can see people who are really struggling and who are not in a luxurious place. Go to a neighborhood where there's a lot of crime, there's not the best quality of living, and where people actually struggle. And try to be an observer, the same way you observe the market. Try to observe those places, and then you can come back and say that because the market didn't give you a setup today, your whole day is ruined, or because you got stopped at break even, you're really frustrated. Because that changes your perspective. And especially in 2025, where it's all over social media, where you can see successful traders, you can see successful people, and it feel like that's the norm, like that's normal. But statistically it's not. But that's what gets the highlight. And obviously there has never been a time in history where you can make as much money and become as financially successful as you can today. But you still have to think about that we are humans, and if you flood your mind with dopamine and with an artificial life in general, then it doesn't matter how much money you're going to make, because you're still going to not feel like a human is supposed to feel. Humans are actually built to struggle, and if you remove all struggle from your life, then you're going to have all these mental issues, and you can see depression, anxiety just rise the last decades. And the thing is, we are meant to struggle, we are meant to do hard tasks. And what forms the deepest connections with other human beings? Actually struggling for something together with other people you're in the same situation as. When you struggle together and you have a common struggle, then nothing creates a stronger bond than that. And you have the opposite, where people more and more don't need anything, they don't need anyone, because everything is so convenient in our modern day society that people get more and more disconnected, because you don't need many people to survive or to live your life. Basically everything is so quick, so easy. You can even talk to artificial intelligence and get help with all problems. So people feel more and more disconnected. And the thing is, if you really want trading to work, you have to think about what are humans actually meant to do. We are meant for to endure some sort of struggle. And if trading is your biggest struggle, then obviously that's going to feel really hard, really frustrating. But think about a farmer coming home from work, let's say 200 years ago, and he has had a long day at work, and let's say that he was going to sit down and trade. And obviously he would want to earn the money, but let's get that out of the equation, because I know most people, including myself, weren't struggling because of the money in itself. It's because of our dopamine addiction, it's because of our restlessness. It's never because of the money that we take stupid decisions in the market. It's always something underlying. So let's move money out of the equation and think about that farmer coming home. He woke up at 5 a.m. He has been working for 12, 14 hours, and he comes home and he's going to sit down and take a trade because his trade finally presents itself, or it's going to present itself. Do you really think that he would be like, oh my god, I need to take this trade? Like, he would be so exhausted and he wouldn't feel the need to take that trade in order to just get some sort of dopamine. That's not why he would take the trade. But most people today take the trade because they want to get some sort of dopamine or to feel anything. And the market in itself, like, it's so easy to just press the buy or sell button. There's no consequence. Like, you don't feel an immediate consequence other than your e-value funded challenge loses 1%. Like, that's not a consequence that is going to feel threatening to you. And it's so comfortable to just make bad decisions in the market. So imagine that farmer coming home and he sees that the market just gave him a setup, but if he goes in immediately, he would get a really bad risk to reward, so he has to wait. Most people can't wait. They just need to take the setup, and they feel like their whole day is ruined if they don't get the setup. But for him, his whole day isn't ruined because he doesn't care. He has work to do, and he doesn't, like, he has other stuff that's more fulfilling for him to do, so his day isn't ruined, his day isn't empty. So he would probably just wait for that setup to form and give him the proper risk reward ratio and entry, and then he would take it. And if it didn't work, then he would still just move on with his life. Because think about if you wake up in the morning and you have something to live for, like something really meaningful, whatever it may be. You have your other career, you have friends, relationships that actually mean a lot to you. Then you don't feel this emptiness that if the market doesn't do this, then my whole day is ruined. Like, you don't trade for dopamine, for fulfillment. You just trade as a business. It should be boring. It shouldn't be that fun, exciting. And then you move on with your day. You're not waking up in the morning just to trade. You have other stuff that means something in your life as well. And when you have something else to wake up for and to work towards that gives you fulfillment, that makes you feel good about yourself, then eventually trading is going to become so much simpler, so much easier, because it doesn't hold that much power over you. And I can tell you this, that a lot of people who actually make it and make a lot of money, but they haven't dealt with, or they have been underdeveloped in other areas of life because they thought trading was everything, actually feel really empty inside, even though